The first one. So let's go to your book, page 85, unit 8. So in order we can start with the unit. So the unit is called doing the right things. Doing the right things. So the question goes in this case, what's the problem? What do you think the man will do? So this is a sample how you maybe can answer this kind of questions. This isn't right. I had dessert, but they didn't charge me for it. Charge me for it, okay? That means in this case that something, algo no está correcto en aquí, ¿no? Tuvo en este caso un postre, yes, pero las personas en este caso no lo han puesto en la cuenta, ¿no? So in this case, what do you think this man will do? Talking about doing the right things. We know that in different kind of situations, not mostly people think on doing the right thing. So this topic is going to be around of this. So you can answer in this way. I think he will tell the waiter about the mistake on the check. So look at the picture. He said that he had the dessert in this case. He ate it, yes, but in the ticket, in the check in this case, he didn't find the price. He didn't find the that someone in this case charged it about the dessert. So, any volunteers in order to start the class? What's the problem? What do you think the man will do in this case? This is the first one. Carla, please.
Well, I think there could be two options. If this man is really a good person, I think he'll tell the waiter about the mistake. But the other option, it could be that maybe this could be a really advantage for him. So he doesn't have to pay a lot. So
Excellent.
maybe he just ignore about this mistake.
Yes, that's right, Carla. So it can be two options in this case, and that's right. Maybe doing the right thing. That he knows that, I don't know, someone who is doing the, in this case, the dessert, maybe the chef or any of the bakery in this case, it costs its time, it costs, in this case, material we can mention as it is, but it is in order to value other works. So that's doing the right thing. The other thing can be that maybe he can see the advantage of that. There are some people, believe it or not, that do not see in this case the gloss or what is the check. They don't see, all right, I eat this. Not only they see the total and they want to pay the total, so they don't know about this mistake. So there can be many options, right? So there is any other person who would like to tell me what's the main problem in this case? What do you think the man will do in order you can practice as well? You're speaking and thinking in English. So, what do you think the man will do? Any other volunteer? Nobody. Okay. Anyways, we are going to, we have practiced today so much, especially in grammar, right? So, yes. In this case, the main problem can be a specific or typical situation that any people can, in this case, deal with it. But remember, something that is important is doing the right things because this can make other people to be in trouble. Maybe in the check, yes, they register everything that they sell, but in other cases, they have other register about what or how many things they sell. Right? So that can be in trouble at the moment to do the accounts in this case at the end. So let's talk about talking about doing the right things, ethics. Ethic in this case, we are going to learn new vocabulary talking about ethics. Take the self-test. So what do you think that means the word ethics? Ethics. Like the meaning. We know like in Spanish because it's like it's borrowing. But Carla, please.
Well, in Spanish is ética, and particularly it means that Is the actions that people do.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Carla. Actions that people do in order, well, different situations. This kind of actions comes to be intrinsic like motivation. Why is intrinsic? Because it depends on how you were educated. It depends how you understand the things, understand the world, and how you can solve different problems in order to avoid, in order to avoid, I don't know, to make it big. So, ethics. Take the self-test. In the meantime, I'm explaining some of the words. I would like you to take this test. We have different situations. As any case of study, we have situations in which you have to solve, in this case, different situations according to what do you think about it. Okay? Look at that. Do the right thing. Look at each situations. What should the people do in this case? So, number one, it says, she undercharged him for his shoes. So, look at the price in this case. It says 79.95 and 49.95. So, should he tell the cashier the price is wrong? And if not, what should he do? What's your advice in this case? So you can say in this case orally, you can write it down. Better you write your ideas in your books in order you can have a register as well. So there is any volunteer who would like to tell me in this case, she underpaid him for the shoes. So in this case, should he tell the cashier the price is wrong? Or if not, what should he do? What is your advice in this case? Any volunteer? And then I will choose my victims. Angeles, please tell me.
I think I should their head size be receive money less money because she can have problems for this.
Yes, that's right. We have the ones who have work in this case in the part of an administrator. We know how many troubles we can have when the money is less or when the money is more than it is in the checking. So it can make the person to be in trouble, right? Or maybe explain why it's in an less cost. Okay. Thank you so much, Angelis. So what about the number two in this case problem? This is she undercharged him for the shoes. That means in this case, ¿qué? El precio, ¿no? Bajó el precio. En este caso, no ha escrito el precio correctamente y lo puso en un precio bajo. Number two, someone left an expensive ring in a public bathroom. Oh my God, this is, I think, a common, how can I say, common situation that it tends to use. Not too many rings can be, but sometimes cell phones, sometimes some things that are valuable, and even there are some videos that are recorded by different security cameras in other places. So it says someone left an expensive ring in a public bathroom. So should she keep the ring? If not, what should she do? What is your advice in this case? Talking about in this context, as you could see as I imagine, but also talking about in our context, but it's different, as you could realize. So in this case, what should people do in this case? What should this woman maybe do according to what is going on now? Any volunteer? Of course, there is no wrong answer in this case. Are open questions. No volunteers? Okay, so my victims. In this case, what do you think, Estrella? If someone left an expensive ring in a public bathroom, what should she do in this case? Should she keep the ring? Or if not, what should she do in this case? Keep in this case means que lo mantenga, que se lo quede. All right? Left, in this case, que dejó. Alguien dejó. No sabemos quién. Esto es indefinido. So, Estrella, what do you think? Estrella, I cannot listen to you. Cecilia, what about you? Tell me.
He has a face of surprise, so I think that she don't know. Uh, Maybe something left the ring.
Excellent. In this kind of situation, I think is very different and it vary according to different cultures. In other places, for example, such as, especially in some Asia cultures, I'm not really going to generalize. Okay, Reese, Reese, I'm so sorry. Liz, don't worry, it's okay. We are starting with the topic, so don't worry, it's okay. I would like mostly of you connected when we are explaining the grammar part because I think grammar is important to understand because it's something to be evaluated in the future, but also help us to express different ideas according to what we want to say. All right, now continue with the topic. This is different according to different topics. In some career, I'm not going to say all the career parts, right? Because there are some topics that you can say this is okay, they do the right thing, but it's not in all the places. There are some places, such as here in Bolivia, we have places in which are dangerous to be or to stay. Or you cannot be in the street with a backpack. You cannot be in the street, I don't know, talking in the cell phone because it's very dangerous in different cities. So as it is in our culture, as is also there. They respect actually in different cafeterias in order to respect who left anything. This is something that is important because they value, according to the history, they value a lot what is the effort of human being. So if you value the effort of human being, you have to respect because you know I don't know, how much the person or the person in this case work in order to pay that thing. So they value according to what they also feel. It's such as emphatic um, behavior they have, and that is right. But in other contexts, this is not pretty common. Of course, they value in this case what is the effort of of people, but sometimes, especially in some of places in our context, if you want to say who is this, many people is going to appear and say this is mine, right? Or you want to go and let it to the police, but the police is not going to do nothing. At least the public, I don't know, and something, a notice in order someone can find, but it will be difficult because we are so many people here. So, and other people also who left this for any situation, and we don't know why, but the person don't want to claim about that, so that's right. So it happened many things here, right? So yes, doing the right thing in this case is to, well, maybe to don't be in trouble or maybe to think and to save someone. But this situation is kind of difficult because when it's in a public bathroom, so to whom you are going to let it? To whom? And don't forget why I mentioned it to public bathroom. In our context, we have public bathroom and you have to pay for that. But in other places, there exists public bathroom, but you don't have to pay it. It's not that you enter to use it and that's it. You don't have to pay it. Or other ones in the order you when you take the met in this case the met I forget the subway and you have the ticket, so you have in this case the right to go to the bathroom because you have the ticket. So well, it depends according to the context, right? So Continue talking about do the right things. Situation number 3. It says, no one saw him accidentally hit the car with the door of his car. No one saw in this case. Should he leave a note on the car with his contact information? If not, what should he do? What is your advice in this case? So look at this. No one saw nothing. Suppose this car was in a station, I don't know, in a station parked, so that's okay. But no one saw him accidentally hit the car with the door of his car. So in this situation, number 3, what should he do in this case? Which is your recommendation according to the situation? Should he leave a note to the car with his contact information? That is sometimes very common in other places because if you're not response of something, well, then some people are going to recognize to you because they have high technology and also many parts are with cameras, so it's kind of difficult. But look at this. Noah saw him accidentally hit the car. So which will be your recommendation? Any volunteer? Nobody? Marcela, please tell me.
I think that he should leave a note with his contact information, but he also can wait a little uh, for the other car owner and pay for the uh, repair, maybe, of the
Yes,
damage.
exactly. Thank you so much, Marcela. So, yes, that are good options because this kind of situation usually happens in some parking in this case, such as outside the supermarket, such as outside of, I don't know, any fast food uh, place, etc. So maybe he can wait to the person in this case in order to deal about this problem. That's the right thing, right? But also there are the other part that is the wrong thing in this case or the bad behavior according to people. Thank you so much, Marcela, for your option. I think the nice one is to wait and to deal with a problem because we know that repayment, even it has a low cost, it has a cost. So the cost, what it means, the effort of the person in this case. Number 4 in this case, it says, let's say first, today only Belantoni jackets reduced from to $200 to $150. So it says $50. They mislabeled the price of the jacket, mislabeled. In this case, mislabeled significa que lo han etiquetado mal o que se confundieron o que hay un error en la etiqueta, right? Should he call the sales clerk and ask about the price on the label? If not, what should he do? Which is your advice in this case? So, any volunteer who would like to tell me about this? The mislabeled the price of the jacket. So, Carla, please tell me.
I think he should ask for a sales clerk just in case, because even if he doesn't ask, at the end he's going to pay what he has to pay and not the mistake that maybe they made about this ticket.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Carla. So that's can happen in this case. Some tickets actually, well, maybe it says Tony, and of course, in this case, the sales clerks or the ones who are working there knows that the Tony jackets are reduced from 2,100 in with, I'm sorry, 150. All right. So in this case, they're going to, in this case, take the cost of this. But he should tell, because if he not and he's going to be mad, they are going to be argue and they are going to have problems. So it's making a big, I don't know, big trouble about something that he knows that what is the correct thing. So thank you so much, Carla. That I think is the correct one. I remember once in a supermarket. I'm not sure is que tal, hypermaxi, whichever it is. There are some places. There were young people there, and they were taking off the tickets of the price, such as I don't know. There is some price that it says 14 bolivians, and they change it with other ones. That was kind of disgusting because they were touching a lot. They were changing things that I don't know what is the sense, because all of the things that are there have the price according to the cost to be registered. So it was kind of disgusting, such as what we can do in this case. All right. Thank you so much for your participations. So the last ones in this case it says number 5. They sent her one. She didn't pay for it. All right. So let's see. It says fine crystal and china invoice. Description floresta vase. Okay. So she ordered in this case only one. The quantity it says one, she paid the one, but she received in this case two. Should she send it back to the store? If not, what should she do in this case? Which is your advice according to this problem? I think it's a common one, but let's see. Number 5, any volunteer who would like to tell me or any advice to her in this case? They sent her one. She didn't pay for it. So, should she send it back to the store? Or if not, what should she do? Look at this situation. Any volunteer? So no volunteer. I will talk to Carlos. Tell me in this case. Carlos not here?
Sí, teacher,
No.
perdón.
Hi, Carlos.
¿Cuál tengo que hacer?
Number 5, please.
Tengo que leer, teacher.
No, you have to give an advice. This is the problem. They sent her one she didn't pay for. Look at this. She paid for one of these floresta vase, but in this case, the entrepreneur sent two to her. Sent two. So in this case, should she send it back to the store? If not, what should she do?
She should call or email the store, explain the mistake, and ask if I want it returned or if she can pay for it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Carlos. And that's the right thing. To be in contact with the ones who sent, in this case, with the sellers, and also to tell them, I only order one and you send me two, right? So in order they can say, and also, okay, you can send it to us. All right, we are going to cover the cost, because that's the right thing as well from the sellers. So thank you so much, Carlos. What about number 6, the last situation in this case? It says, no one will see if she doesn't stop at the red light in this case. So look at this. It's 2 a.m. It's very late. There is nobody here. Look at this. It's nobody. It's isolated. And now it says, should she stop at the light? If not, what should she do in this case? Which is your advice? Look at this context. We can in this case observe in the picture that no one will see her. She is with her heart. It is the red light in this case. So, what should she do in this case? Which can be your advice? Any volunteer with this last situation? Nobody. Okay, so I will choose some of you. Cristel. No, Cristel. Okay, what about in this case, Karen?
Good morning, Miss. I'm here.
Good morning, Karen.
Okay, in this with respect and the question, in this case, it depends. In this case, she should stop the light. Ella debería apagar la luz.
Mhm. In this case, the light, talking about the red light. Red light is la luz roja in the
Okay.
in this case in the light.
A ver.
So she is driving the car and look at the place. Nobody's here, like no one is going to pass. So in this case, it says no one will see if she doesn't stop at the red light. We know that in the red light, all the cars or drivers must stop. Why? Because that is the sign in order people can pass to the other street. All right? So that's a kind of sign that help us. If it is in this case in yellow, we have to be careful. We have to pay attention, okay? And also give us the sign that is going to change the light. If it is in green, we know that cars can pass, but people in this case do not have to pass because it is dangerous. All right? So in this case, Karen, which can be your advice?
Okay. Um, she should turn off the light if she si ella no hace eso, has not caused accidents. No sé si se me entendió un poquito, capaz que si no hace eso, ella podría ocasionar accidentes.
Mhm. Yes, I am. It's clear. Don't worry. It's okay. So yes, that's right. Even though if it is at night, even though if no one will see her, we have to be careful because maybe there are some, I don't know, a sport boy, a sport girl, the ones who run in at night and we don't see, and we are very confident of that, so we can make an accident in this case. So be careful with that. Also, we only not learn what is vocabulary, but also we learn some aspects about life. So this is unit 8, doing the right things, as you could see, ethics. So in this case, there are different situations in which can be solved easily, but situation in maybe we cannot do what to do because we don't have the possibilities of maybe doing something right. But we know that because we have ethics in this case, what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing. It also depends because these are situations in which we have a desire. We can do the right thing as we can do the, I don't know, the wrong thing. But that's not suggestible. Of course, it is not. Why is it not? Because it's not okay. It is that like an action and then it continues to be behavior.